Hello, everyone. It's a privilege to be in your space again at this time. On this particular episode, I'll be talking about something that is very key and something that basically forms the foundation of every achievement and every success you intend to have here on earth. And it's basically revolving around the issue of knowledge. And so I would like to caption my talk this few minutes on finding knowledge. Finding knowledge. Knowledge is the bedrock of every success. You really cannot succeed at anything that you don't know much about. You may know a little about a thing, but there's a difference between knowing a little about a thing and knowing much about it. One of the things I believe is that whatever you don't have knowledge of, you cannot control. Whatever you don't have knowledge of would have control over you. Basically, you need to dig deep into the core of everything you want to achieve or anything you're pursuing. You are trying to embark upon a project, you're trying to embark upon or pursue a particular goal, you have a vision you want to actualize. The question is, how much do you know about that thing you're pursuing? What I realized about us, especially in this part of the world, is that we are really laid back when it comes to the issue of pursuing knowledge. I'm all about pursuing knowledge. I like to know something about everything. It's not possible for you to know all things about everything, but what I always encourage is that it's good you know something about everything so that you don't find yourself in a situation and you are ignorant. Ignorance, even in the court of law, they say is not an excuse for failure. And like I always tell people, that if you are ignorant, you will not be relevant. Every person that has made a mark in his or her generation in the world today is somebody that was knowledgeable about whatever he or she did. There are people that spent hundreds of hours. I remember I was listening to a David Beckham, one of his interviews. David Beckham said something about what he does. He said the reason why he's good at taking free kicks is that on a daily basis, he takes about 150 free kicks on a daily basis. And so when he gets to the field of play, when it's time for free kicks, they bring him to the fore. And he takes a free kick and everybody's awed at the magnificence at which he takes his free kicks. That's because he has pursued knowledge in that field. I always also tell people that, you see, public presentation is a product of private preparation. You don't get to the forefront, and that's why you want to know about a thing. That's when you try to strategize or try to know about it or gain knowledge about the war, about your opponent. No, rather you spend time in your closet, and that's where your preparation is done in the area of finding knowledge. It's also very sad that most times people try to blame God or blame the devil for things that happens to them. Like I always also tell people that the devil doesn't actually have power over you. Most times what we suffer, especially as God's children, is that we suffer the lack of knowledge. Even God said it himself. He said, my people in my very presence, that they perish for lack of knowledge. It means that there is something God has he has provided for you. But because you are not aware that it is there, how do you want to take advantage of it? And so I like to encourage you that it's better you do your own part, first of all, in the area of sourcing, pursuing vigorously about knowledge. You want to write an exam. How much have you studied about what you want to write? You want to prosper and be rich. How many books on finance have you read? How many books? There are 1,001 books that will tell you how to build up a saving culture or savings culture, that will teach you how to invest. You want to prosper. How many books have you read? You want to prosper or succeed in your marriage. How many books on marriage have you read? So a lot of times we are basically the architect of our own misfortune. Like I always tell people, if you are not in the know, you will not be known. There is no how you want to shine when you are living in ignorance. For example, let's say they need somebody who is good in a particular area, and you have in a crowd of maybe 10, 15 people. Who do you think will be picked? Is the person that is knowledgeable in that particular field. And so I like to encourage us that let us pursue after knowledge. Guess what? The world is in a state of chaos today because people are ignorant of who they are. They are ignorant of their potentials. They are ignorant of their abilities. They are even ignorant of their personalities. They don't even know who they are. I was studying scriptures one time, I think it's in the book of Psalm. Scripture was saying that, it said that they know nothing and they have no understanding, that they walk in darkness, and because of that, that the entire universe is in a state of total chaos. It means that the universe as a whole is in a state of chaos because men that God had created and put things inside of them are ignorant of who they are. One thing I did before launching out is to first of all spend time in solitude to study about myself, to know who I am, to know my strengths, to know my weaknesses, to study about what scriptures even say about myself. God is the God of the books, and he encourages us to study, and that's why I think in Joshua it says that the book of the law should not leave our mouth, but we should meditate on it day and night and try to observe what is written in it. That way he will make our ways prosperous and we'll have good success. It's not just scriptures alone, it's all endeavors of our life. In that field you found yourself, are you a mediocre? You can't become a success or be a high flyer in your office. You can't be a high flyer in your school. You can't be a high flyer in your business if all you do is relax and allow things to just fall in place and take shape. No, you have to pursue knowledge. You have to study. You have to know how things work. That way you will have an edge over your competitors. The difference between a success and a failure, or a mediocre and a high flyer, is their level of knowledge. That scripture says again that my people perish for lack of knowledge. What you don't know, you cannot have control over. You cannot even be higher than your level of knowledge. If I see a mediocre today, I see somebody that really doesn't know anything. If you want me to assess your level of knowledge, it's when I look at you and I see what happens around you, I will know how knowledgeable you are. A person that dwells and pursues after knowledge is somebody that will be a high flyer, that will succeed in all their endeavor. And that is why I decided to start on this particular topic, on these notes, talking about knowledge in general. In our next episode, we'll be talking about knowledge in the area of self-discovery. We're going to be talking about what self-discovery is and the things you stand to attain when you discover who you truly are. And I'd like to encourage you to stay tuned to this handle, to this space, and we'll see you next time where we'll be talking about self-discovery. Thank you very much.